Donald Trump has just been indicted. He has flown up from Florida. He has turned himself in, and he has entered his plea of not guilty. What are the charges? If you are interested in an unbiased viewpoint from somebody that truly believes in innocent until proven guilty, you're going to want to watch this lawyer react, because we're going to go through a little bit of the details. We're going to go through the statement of facts, but this is from somebody that voted for Trump the first time. You're going to have to watch the end of the video to see if I voted for him a second time, but I believe this is one of the only places that you're going to get unbiased information. Let's take a look. Ron from Ronald Rohde Law, and if you follow this channel, I do a mix of real estate investing and lawyer reactions. So let's take a look at the statement of facts. This was filed against Donald Trump. They had a grand jury impaneled, and it's mainly revolving around a couple of payments. Everybody knows about Stormy Daniels. Really what the legal issue comes down to is the characterization of the bookkeeping entry and whether Trump signed these checks with the intent or knowingly to defraud or to commit a crime. And that's what it says here. The payment records were kept and maintained by the Trump's organization and were false New York business records. Now, I don't know about you, but bookkeeping is a pain in my side. I don't like it. It is full of tedious little errors. There are lots of numbers, and honestly, I just do whatever my accountant tells me to enter. If they tell me to classify, I'm going to do that. So from that perspective, I think that is the general population's approach to accounting or bookkeeping type of entries. Now, fully, absolutely, there are criminals that cross that line, and they will intentionally tell their CPAs about how to classify things. They will override them, and they will largely dictate how they want their tax documents to be maintained as well as filed. However, in this case, I've reviewed everything, about these allegations, and to raise the level of these crimes from a bookkeeping error into a felony, right? Normally, if this is truly an intentional, not just a mistake, but is a criminal act, it's a misdemeanor. Okay, we're talking about one step above a civil offense. Repatriate the penalties, give the money back, pay any late fees, interest, yada yada. That's a civil penalty. But if you go so far in your intending, it just is a misdemeanor. And a difference in a misdemeanor and a felony is the amount of time that you could face in jail, right? That's like less than a year. It's usually going to have probation for no prior convictions. A misdemeanor does not make the headlines. And so this charge, I think, is overblown to create a political reaction to try to say they're going to charge him with a felony. And if they convict, well, that's obviously, a much higher bar. It doesn't prevent him from running for president, though. And that's the curious thing out of all of this. When you look at these documents, and whether you like Trump or you dislike him, this is not the charge that you want to bring against a potential presidential nominee if you're not going to win. And I'll say it, and I think it's a great quote, but if you come at the king, you best not miss.
Hey, yo, lesson here, babe. You come at the king, you best not miss.
But the point is, you don't bring something weak unless you're sure that it's going to stick, because this is going to raise the profile of Trump. He's going to give him all this free media time again. People are going to see what he's doing. And if you're like me, you're going to say, look, here's this guy. He's a politician who is being arrested and being persecuted for low-level crimes, if they even are, in fact, rising to the level of a crime. So, I get it. I've looked at all this. We have the lawyer, we have Cohen. But again, it really is going to hinge on whether Trump was taking advice of his lawyers or telling his lawyers what to do. And, that's going to have to come out in testimony. I think Cohen is not particularly a good witness. People convict all the time on not great witnesses. But that's one issue that's definitely going to come up if this thing goes to trial, if it goes through that whole process. Really, it's, who is driving the bus. And supposedly there's these text messages which aren't released that are a smoking gun about that issue that speaks to control and who is dictating it. Other than that, this is going to be the initial analysis is these are crimes. Potentially, these are crimes. We don't have the full set of facts yet. But copying and pasting 34 times the same crime, it doesn't convince me as a kind of an unbiased observer, a voter in America. That's it for this Reacts. Let's wait for more information, but smash that like button if you think that this is really an unfair, right? Was this a potential crime? Yes. Was this also politically motivated? Yes. Those can also be true at the same time. So until next time, smash that like button and we'll see you next time.